Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett will be going into his third season next year. And after next season, at the beginning of his fourth season, the Pittsburgh Steelers will have to make a decision whether they pick up Kenny Pickett's fifth-year option or not. And the question is, should the Pittsburgh Steelers draft a quarterback in the 2024 draft? Now, I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers will draft a quarterback. I don't believe they will because they invested a first-round pick and Kenny Pickett last season, and they're probably going to give, Kenny Pickett as much as time as he needs, and I'm not saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers should give up on Kenny Pickett, draft a quarterback and say the hell with Pickett. That's not what this is about. I'm just saying that the quarterback position is very important. If you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers after Big Ben's departure, the things that they went through there, after having a veteran quarterback for so long, they had to sign Mitchell Trubisky, sign a veteran just so you have a guy there. The unfortunate passing of Dwayne Haskins, so you bring in Mitchell Trubisky, just like I said, just so you don't get caught with your pants down, not knowing if you're going to be able to draft the guy you want. Kenny Pickett was the guy that Mike Tomlin wanted in the draft, but, there was teams like New Orleans and other teams that needed quarterbacks, so you didn't know if you were going to get your guy or not. So you're playing the wait game and, crossing your fingers and things like that, hoping your guy falls to you. And fortunately, Kenny Pickett did end up falling to the Pittsburgh Steelers, So, it can go either way, with Kenny. It can go either way. He can come through and he can be your guy. And then again, he may not be. So that way I said, if a guy falls to you, man, like a Bo Nix, I say you go ahead and do that. That way, if it don't work out, you have your up and coming guy, and you don't have to run around and scramble and sign guys and hope, and say, hey, well, this guy did do okay with this team. Maybe we can, pull some of that out of him. And long as he can, because you're not going to have the defense that you have all the time. And the philosophy for your game plan is not going to always be, okay, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Just manage. You can't play it like that all the time, man. You're going to say it might be a point where you need a quarterback to go in there and put points up, man, and light it up, So, so you want to have you somebody, and you don't want to be caught like you were caught when Big Ben left. You want to kind of learn from that and have somebody. And like I said, you don't want to be handcuffed to a guy either. If you don't see the things that you want to see, because you can't wait too long, at the position. The quarterback position is just that important. If you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, they paid Carson Wentz. They signed Carson Wentz to the contract. And right after they signed Carson Wentz, I know Wentz, was dealing with injuries and things like that, but they paid him the money. And right after they paid him the money, they went out and drafted Jalen Hurts. And you see, it paid dividends for them because Carson Wentz didn't work out. They didn't have to scramble around. They didn't have to shuffle, bring in this guy, bring in that guy. You got Jalen Hurts. There you go. And now Jalen Hurts took over. So if you look at those situations, and if you look at the Bengals, a quarterback, Joe Burrow goes down, and look at the team. That's just how important a quarterback is, a backup. And he can be that too as well. Just say you bring in a guy with some upside. He challenges Kenny Pickett. Now Kenny Pickett's on his A game, a little competition. And then if, Kenny Pickett beats out the young guy, shoot, the rookie may come in, and you never know. But now, you have a young quality backup. a upgrade from Mitchell. I mean, Mitch is cool and everything, but like I was saying earlier, man, you get Mitch and you say, hey, he took Chicago to the playoffs. Maybe we can pull some of that out of him. We got a good defense. Don't mess it up. But man, there's going to be some games where you need your backup to go in there and score some points. So, that maybe that philosophy with Mitch, and you don't want to give Mason, no burn. His time is pretty much up. He's just like the emergency guy. So, so if all else fails, for right now, for the time being, Kenny shows you got a young backup, so it's just something that I believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers should think about if the right person falls in the second round. I say second round because, you don't want to go too deep. You can get those diamond in the roughs and things like that, but I say second round with this deep quarterback class. You may luck up on a potential talent, that you can add to your roster that may pay dividends, in mid-season. Now, Kenny Pickett did have to leave a game this year, with the knee and things like that. I mean, with a leg, and it was a calf. It was revealed a calf, so he had to come out and Mitchell Trubisky came in. You can put your young guy in there, situations like that, get him familiar with the game, bring him up to speed, just in case he has to come in and play for, a couple games, week or two. I think it's something that the Pittsburgh Steelers should think about. Like I said, if the right person falls to the second round, you don't just reach and take a quarterback just to take a quarterback, just to say, hey, we got, but there's somebody with some upside that you can believe that can maybe take over if things don't work out with Kenny Pickett. So the draft is coming up. We'll just see, if the Pittsburgh Steelers are in that mind frame. I think that will be, it's just the way you should go about it, man. Being that quarterback is just that important. You should always want to have somebody in the fold ready to take over when your guy, is done, or you have seen enough from your guy to say, hey, you can pull the trigger and say next guy up. So draft will be coming soon. Like I said, this is not get rid of Kenny Pickett video or nothing like that. Not saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers should give up on Kenny Pickett. Not saying he's not the guy. Not saying any of that. I'm just saying that the quarterback position is just that important, and you always got to have a backup plan. So we'll see what happens with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the quarterback position moving forward. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.